up, everyone? I'm Bri Bolling, a realtor here in the Raleigh-Durham area. Welcome to the Keeping It Real Estate podcast, where we talk about all things real estate, real world, real experiences with real people. Today, I'm here with the head of my marketing team, Hamilton.
Yo, what's good? What's going on?
What's up, Hamilton?
Of course, I'm a marketing person, so I'm always like super like, woohoo! That's what I do. So thank you for letting me be on your pod. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
This is episode 1, guys. So Hamilton is here today to have a conversation with me about the Raleigh real estate market and what we plan to bring to you all through this podcast.
Yeah, all that. Hey, you're our day ones, so we appreciate you. If you're watching this right now, you matter. Thank you. Tell your friends.
So in that case, we want you all to make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you're notified when we do new podcasts, and we're here to drop at least one every week, and we want to keep y'all updated on all things real estate.
Facts. True.
So let's talk about why we're here. First of all, as I said, I'm a realtor here in Raleigh. I've been a realtor since 2020 and full-time in the game, and I've learned a lot while being full-time. So what I'm here to do is keep you all updated on the local market here in Raleigh, what it takes to buy, what it takes to sell, the new construction communities that's coming here. I want to make sure whenever you're ready to jump in the real estate market, you're well informed on what's going around so you can make confident decisions as you purchase real estate.
So I got a question, right? So, like, 'cause everybody doesn't do real estate, and everyone, some people talk about doing real estate. What's your hero origin story? Like, what made you want to get into real estate? Because you hear so many people talking about it, but not many people do it. So what made you take the leap and go and even start in the real estate profession?
So when I tried to buy my first home, my real estate agent, who's still a real estate agent in this market, she's like my villain.
Oh, wow.
So she's like who I get up every day not to be, right?
Oh, goodness. Okay.
She didn't inform me. I lost money during that transaction. I didn't get the home during that transaction. And so I had told my family, I had my son, and I was under contract thinking I'm becoming a homeowner, to find out I wasn't, and I lost money. So what I decided after that process, I'm the person who likes to research. I said, well, the next time I'll at least be more informed. I'm gonna go take the real estate class.
Right. The other side of the coin. No,
yeah.
that's awesome. I think that it's funny. I think everybody has at least something like that, because ironically, I went through something similar where I went into imagine if it's 2 hours before closing, right? And you're still not feeling comfortable about the home purchase that you're about to spend $140. It was a $150,000 house. I was 22 years old. Wow. Didn't really. Someone told me to stop renting and start owning. I've been in my job for 2 years after college, and I just was just petrified. And then I was even more scared when one of my aunt, who was she was a loan officer in Virginia, did thousands of loans, and she said, Hamilton, this loan, you'll never pay this off.
Wow.
And I was like, but they told me but my real estate agent, she told me I gotta show up. And so I tried not to go. Long story short, I bought that house, and that was rough. That was a rough financial situation on me. So I'm so glad that we have heroes, even though we have villains as well, and that's kind of how life works, right?
Yeah. So that's when I work with my clients, I'm always put them in a place. If it was my cousin or my sister, I want to see the end result be positive. I want them to call me a few months from now and say, I still know I made the best decision. A couple years from now, when they sell, know that they made the best decision.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. So you were talking about something before. You were talking about the people. Do you deal with all types of buyers, or is it some that you were better with? I don't know too much about real estate still. So so who's a person who would get the best value out of watching this podcast?
So relocation clients, we tend to work really well together. I found that because I'm prior military, I'm a military veteran of the U.S. Army. I always understand what it means to have to live somewhere else and know what a person is looking for in that community, right? So whenever my relo clients reach out to me, I'm looking at the key things, their communities, what their desires are. So in placing myself in that position, also being a veteran, I work well with veterans on the VA.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you. We just celebrated Veterans Day.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I always go all out with my
Let me ask you: is there a bunch of is there a bunch of free stuff for veterans?
Oh my gosh!
Are you that?
My
veteran
friend is. I'm not.
You go to every place.
No, my friend is.
What are we doing for us today?
No,
okay.
My friend is. I do like 2 or 3 things. I always go to Starbucks because I get free coffee.
Starbucks,
yeah,
nice.
And
nice.
then I'll do 1 or 2 more things. But I have a friend who literally gets up that day, prints out the list, and goes and checks off the places.
Oh my God!
So it's always it's fun though. It is fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I go on. Let's see, do I have any days? No, I don't have a day. You should feel special. Black History Month.
Yay!
I don't know.
Yay!
We get something,
Your birthday.
My birthday, yes, I do. If I go to Panera Bread on my birthday, then they give me a cookie.
Yes, they do.
So,
well, good.
That's good. I get a cookie.
All right. Well, we feel special. Thank you for your service on your birthday.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly.
No, and then so veterans, relo clients, and then I always say new construction is my jam.
Okay.
Right? So when I came into the game, I delved into new construction. I love the process of building a new home.
Yeah.
I love to learn to see what it takes to go from start to finish. And so a lot of my clients who work with me, they're always interested in new construction.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So is Starbucks, are they sponsoring our sponsors today?
No, but they should.
Go get your pumpkin spice latte. This is pumpkin spice latte? What is this?
It's actually a regular coffee.
It's a regular coffee?
With a little bit of oat milk. Yeah, I was being kind of plain this morning.
You don't do the double pump venti?
I'm trying to watch my waistline.
You and me both. You get to a
every now
certain
and then
age.
I get a caramel macchiato.
Okay.
Sugar-free.
Sugar-free?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
So if y'all want to, see Bri, you want to get her a nice cup of coffee, you get her the macchiato, the macchiato.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Call me.
The macchiato.
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 Yeah.
There it is. It's French.
Sugar-free.
I don't know if it's French.
Yeah.
I'm just spitballing here.
Call me. So those are the typical people that I want to help. And I do want to give a shout out. One of the key parts to real estate is the lending process. And so I work with some great lenders, guys. I've taken the time in this industry to really interview and process and go through that so that when my clients need a lender, that I have go-to people for their specific situation. I want to give a shout out to Amy Bonas at Go Prime. She's a branch manager. They offer over 70 loan products. She's helping, a handful of my clients right now, from first-time buyers to larger purchases. And the customer service is one thing that I'm really big on. And so she is there. I emailed her at 6:45 this morning and she responded. So just being available and really walking the client through the lending process. That's a lot of people wonder what it is about buying real estate that really makes or break the deal. And I would say the 2 key things is going to be your lender and your real estate agent.
Nice. So we already got the real estate agent checked, right? So, and then what was her name again?
Amy Bonas.
Amy Bonas.
Yeah, we'll drop her info in the bio.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Go Amy. 3 claps. That was for you. Absolutely. All the help you do.
Yeah. So I would love to talk to you guys. I think the thing that I get the most is when my relo clients or first-time buyers are coming into the market, they don't understand where we are currently, right?
Right.
2 years ago, we were in the seller's market. Homes were like going under contract in a matter of hours.
Yeah.
I don't know, you purchased.
Yeah, I just bought a home actually not too long ago, and I didn't get it with you, but I didn't know you at the time.
That's
so
okay.
It's cool.
I'm gonna give you a pass.
Thank you. But yeah, that was something that me and my wife noticed, that when we went out, we were looking. The first part we saw in Raleigh, there was a lot of cash deals being done. There was like a lot of investors, and when we first couple of years ago, when we were looking for, they were coming in, they were buying up everything. So we put a offer in on a home, and then the real estate agent, they would call us and say, hey, yeah, they took a cash offer. It's like, dang. Yeah. So when we finally got the house that we were looking for a year ago, the interest rates were up a little higher, so we didn't have as many people in the market, and so we were able to, actually this house had come down. They started at 450, listed at 450, and then about a month in or 2 months in, it went down to like 420, and then another couple of months it went down to it was like at around like 410, and then we placed the offer at like 395, and, and they accepted it. So it was definitely, it's but that was like I said, that was like a year ago. I imagine, Raleigh is such a growing area. So how does that like impact like the growth of Raleigh? Like how does because we hear articles and we see articles. Yes, we hear the news and everything, and they're telling us that Raleigh is one of the fastest places for people to live. Now they're broadcasting that message all across the country.
Correct.
So when you have that many people coming in who maybe have a different buying power than folks that are looking to buy here, how does that all impact the market?
Correct. Raleigh and Durham is the number 2 and 3 best places to live by U.S. World News.
Okay.
So when you think about that, and then placing that into the market, the competition is unreal. Most of my clients are not from here, right?
Right.
So when you have someone even coming from, I just had a client come from Washington, D.C., live in downtown D.C., paying $5,000 a month in rent.
Wow. 5,000. Whoa.
5,000 a month.
When you said it, it didn't register. You said 5,000 a month in rent.
In rent.
That's cool.
So when he went to buy a 500, and
I bet it was small too. There probably wasn't even a lot of square footage.
It was a traditional home, no garage, pretty decent size backyard.
Yeah.
Older home, maybe 80s, early 80s home.
Oh my God.
5,000 a month in rent. So when he came to purchase his home at 500,000, he's paying less than half, maybe a little more than half in his mortgage, right? So those are the people that typically relocate here. So they do it without a blink of an eye.
Right. Taxes
here are below average than other states, right?
Think about that.
So someone from California, I remember doing the seller's market in 2020, I would have a lot of people from California sell their home, make double, buy a home for half of what they profited, and kind of semi-retire.
Wow. So Californians,
stay away. No.
You hear what's going on here. No, and I imagine it's the same thing like in New York and like
Correct.
Philadelphia and places where there's a high concentration of people, not a lot of space.
Correct.
Square footage is through the roof as far as cost per square foot.
Correct.
And then they make the leap and leave. Now, I think that's like some of the transition we're having in the city now. It's just like trying to now cater to all the new folks that we have.
Correct.
And we're here for it. I think Raleigh is.
No, we're definitely embracing it.
Yeah. I think we're definitely growing. So how does like new construction are you seeing more new construction out there now than just existing inventory? Or
yes. We will be gainfully employed for quite some time.
Okay.
I like to say everywhere you drive now, even on the highways, if you look to the left or the right of the highway, you see a gap of red dirt.
Yeah.
Which means we're constantly building, constantly developing. It is not, this market is a medium market, but it's not a slow market.
Okay. So it's like, it's not hot, but it's not cold.
No.
It's like warm.
People who are financially aware are making financial decisions.
I know that's right. You heard that. Look, if y'all are watching, which category are you in? Let me know. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm learning.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy to be here with the one and only Bri to help me understand all this stuff and help us understand, because we really do need it. I joke, I say that in jest, but we really do need, more information. More constant information that we could trust about real estate. That's one of the reasons why I'm enjoying being a part of this process, is because I know that there's, on Rooftop Talks, we get all kinds of digital marketing agency.
Yeah, this to go to VIP. You get VIP treatment,
I wish I
guys.
could do that snap thing. Like, that was my Riz, daughter. If she's watching it, it's my Riz.
Oh my God.
You know that means charisma?
Oh my God.
Have you heard? You know what you know what it means.
I have a 9-year-old.
Yeah. Okay. You ain't got to that.
He's getting me there.
Yeah.
But he's not there yet.
Yeah. It's gonna come there. Like my daughter always tells me all the time. She was like, what's your? You don't have any Riz? I'm like, I got your mama. Like, hold up, don't trip. But yeah. But I was saying that like there's people like me that really need this information and really want. So what kind of goals? So if you have like a vision of, what you want this podcast to really do, like what would you the viewer, what's the vision of them after they say they watch like 30 of your podcasts? What should they look like? What should they be doing? How should they be utilizing this information?
It's the real world. I think that we live in a place where everyone likes things to be pretty and presented to them on a silver platter, and that's great. But most of the time, what everyone sees on social media is the end result. It's not the middle, the meat, right? So I want people really to learn what it takes to buy a home so they build a confidence. I tell a lot of people, whether it's first or second buyers, it's a process.
Yeah.
And every goal has a process and it eventually ends, right? Mm-hmm. So you just got to be confident with the process. I want people to understand what it takes to buy a new construction. We live in a world of Google.
Yeah.
You can look up anything.
I got my Google degree.
Yeah, isn't necessarily true.
Right.
So a lot of times I'm spending time when I meet with a client demystifying the things they've researched. I
imagine that's tough because you have people that go in and probably like the Google experts, they'll go in and say, well, I just saw that. And you're like, yeah, that was like from like 4 years ago. That literally happened to me the other day with my marketing director. I was talking to Winston and he said, I was like, look, man, I said, look what they're doing on Instagram now. He said, bro, that was like 2 months ago. We've already been implementing that. I said, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll just make sure you know what's going on. So but being I say that to say when you're a professional in your craft, you're staying up to date on the most latest and greatest information that's necessary to be successful. And so just like we do, we need to do at Rooftop Talks to stay abreast of everything, all things digital and marketing. I imagine you're doing the same thing right now. So what would you say, what would you like, if you were given any kind of advice or, I wouldn't say advice, if you were given any kind of suggestions to anyone either buying or selling in today's market, like what would you say?
Have the conversations with the professionals, right? Also understand that the real estate market is like the stock market. It's ever changing, right? It's real world. So even my clients who have started work with me 2 months ago, I may have to reach out to them this week to say, hey, things are changing as the new year comes in. Let's talk. Let's make sure we're still on the same path. So just understand that the real estate market is real world. So although auntie, uncle, and grandma brought a home, they can be there for support, but they may not be there for the actual professional advice. So there's a fine line between that. And I will also say that until you really have the conversation with the lender and the real estate agent, then we're essentially window shopping and dreaming, right? Mm-hmm. So I get clients who come to me, I'm going to buy a $400,000 house. I'm going to buy in this area. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then we place those numbers with the lender and the conversation may really have to change because the mortgage may be too much, or maybe the location that they're looking in does not sell $400,000 homes. And it is places that don't offer your purchase price.
Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing now is that I think that what the average purchase price in Raleigh right now is like $440,000.
Correct.
Something around that range.
Yeah, about $400,000, and a few thousand less in Durham. So Raleigh and Durham tend to be very close when it comes to the average purchase price. But yeah, we're about $400,000.
So do you have to look at? Is there a way like kind of to back into? If I know that the purchase price is like $400,000, like for instance, like when I'm looking at rent, if I have to go in the rent, the apartment complex wants me to make at least 2.5 times whatever the rent is. So, so I know how much money I need to make in order to be able to live here. Is that same formula still true for?
No,
Okay, so
it's very different. So
Yeah.
your debt to income,
Oh, so
credit cards, student loans, all of those revolving accounts pay a big factor. They play a part in the amount you can purchase. Also, credit score, right? We know when we buy cars, if our credit score is lower, they'll give it to us, but that has a higher interest rate.
Right.
Higher interest rates lower your purchase price. That's why so many people are still focusing on what happened 2 years ago, because 400,000 may be 350 now because of the interest rate. So it's a lot of different key factors. I would say you really need to get in front of a lender because, again, car notes, big purchases before buying a home, they could change your power drastically.
Yeah, no, I get it. And then now, like, we don't know. I mean, I've heard some people are saying the sky's falling, we're headed into a recession. Some people say, but see, the thing with those folks is they still buying stuff. So that's the thing that bothers me. Is like, if you say it's a recession, I don't want to see you in you can't have no new Beamer or no new Lexus and new stuff. You just, because I mean, like, you kind of, you talking out to the side, like you.
A recession is for depending on what side you're on.
Right.
And also,
say that one more time. Wait a minute, you just gonna throw that out there and then just let us just like try to slow down. You said a recession is what?
It depends on what side you're on.
Wow.
That's
true.
And like I heard it. T.I.'s one of his. I listened to him some years ago, and the light bulb went off. He said he never understood what "save for a rainy day" meant.
Okay.
Save for a rainy day means right now, so that when other people can't, you can.
Wow. Dang. That's
just like you.
I just got goosebumps. It's kind of dark, but it's at the same time, it's life. You
said you got your house for $395.
Yeah, you're right. I
Listen that way.
I was like at $450. I was like, yeah. Like I just waited and watched. I was like, nope. Not
so
yet.
that house is worth how much?
Yeah. We sold. They're selling now for in the same neighborhood around $440. So it's going up. I think they were a little high, but we definitely got under market value. And that's the name of the game, right? You definitely want to buy. My grandfather told me that, like, and since I was a knee high to a grasshopper, he said what? He said, buy low and sell high. Yeah, that's so that's something I do.
You have to think about the cost of borrowing money. Either you're a cash buyer or you're a buyer who needs to finance, and banks tend to change.
Yeah.
So the flip coin to that is that sellers have to see, yes, I have a lot of equity, but just because I have 100,000 in equity, this market may only let me get 80,000 in equity. Right? Equity is extra. It's not guaranteed. So you want to get all of your equity, but you may not. So it's a flip side to the interest rate. The good thing about interest rates is they go down, you refinance, and you get a lower payment.
Oh yeah. So you can always, you either pay now or pay later, but you still so that's why folks. I hear a lot of people say that there's never a right time to get into the market. You just want to get in because once you have it, then from there. It's just you might pay some now more, but you might pay some less later. I get it. So I guess is it a buyer's market or a seller's market?
It's a buyer's market. It's a negotiation market. It's a medium market. But if I was to tell a buyer who was at a certain price point, which affordable housing is my first time buyers, that's what I get up in the morning for. I know what it feels like to be a first time buyer. So under the 350, you can have a conversation right now. You can negotiate. You can turn 350 into 335, or depending on the scenario. And so you could still purchase a home. Now, when interest rates go down, you won't get to have those conversations anymore. You will pay 350 for 350. You may pay 365 for 350.
So how does that impact, like on the other side? Like how does that impact if you have people that are say my not my baby boomers, but maybe them and the generation right below them, if they have a house for the past 20 years and they've seen their property value like double, right, or go up exponentially, how do they know it's the right time to tap out to the market and cash into something bigger or something more suited to what they're looking for?
I think it is also, like you said, it's time and where they are in life.
Yeah.
And so my sellers, like they are making those decisions right now.
Yeah.
And again, it's equity. So if they were going to make $200,000 on that home they've had for 20 years, and maybe right now it's only 175, what does that look like for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to sacrifice the 25, or are you willing to wait another year to see what happens?
Right.
You know,
that's always the tough part. It's like you never know like what will happen, right? Like if what happens in the end where. Like my mother, they live in Holly Springs, and I don't know, you've been here, so you already know. And I grew up in Holly Springs, so we got a house that, for the past 15, 16 years.
Wow.
And so when we look at like what's going on now, like it's crazy. But one thing my mom always says before, and another piece of advice, she said, "Well, we sell, where are we gonna live?"
Yeah, and that's when you have to have a plan. I have clients under contract to sell and buy. They'll be selling and buying a new home within a week. I do that quite often.
Okay.
But it is a very strategic plan. You cannot just wake up and say, I want to buy and sell. You have to really have certain things in place. And I planned with them for quite a few months before we really went forward. But now, again, like I said, they're selling their house. They're making a nice profit. And they're going to settle down as the kids have left. And they've gotten a home with a larger land a little further out. They're okay with that. And they're going to be fine, So it's just all about a plan. Yep. So I think, we've given a lot of information about the current market and just, being prepared. I really want to bring real world examples to you all, talk about what's really happening behind the scenes from touring to closing to some of the things that we don't talk about. So stay tuned. I would love to know what you all want to hear. What questions do you have? Feel free to comment below. Drop some comments. Let us know what it is that you're trying to accomplish in the real estate world. And reach out to me. We'll have our contact information. If you ever want to have a conversation, I'm definitely here to help. We'll also have more guests on the show. My favorite saying is, I might not know everything, but I know somebody who knows it.
Right? No, that's right.
I like to,
Got the relationship currency.
Yeah, so I want to bring real people for you all to talk about the real parts that take place in the real estate world. So yeah, again, please feel free to drop and make sure y'all subscribe and notify and comment below. Thank y'all for your time. Thank you, Hamilton, for bringing up the Reds.
The first one.
What is it called, the Reds?
The Reds. You got to duck lips and all that.
I want you to go home and work on the Reds.
But I would say the same thing. I don't know. I just don't have it. I'm just trying to be funny.
As always, it's your favorite realtor in NC, Bri Bolling, bringing you all things in real estate. Have a good one, y'all.